What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Aesthetic versus bodybuilder genetics. A question I had. Yo, Marc, how's it going? Just a question topic I was wondering about. I've been following you for a few months now for motivation. I noticed a few things. You are very big on liquid foods, which I think is easier to get a higher number of macros down, and it's much easier during a bulk. Also, you lift heavier than most bodybuilders. Are there actually a difference in the results of how you look reflected on training styles? For example, does Mike Rashid trade high volume to get a more aesthetic look, or is his genetics focused more toward that look? You are a thick monster. That's what my penis is. Is that your genetic gift to be thick like that, or has your training made it that way? Do macros play a big role in this? I've been training for a few years now. I used to be a fat-ass motherfucker. I dropped from 260 at 30% to 185 to 11% on a ketogenic diet in 5 months. After realizing I was a little weak guy at 6 feet tall, I decided to bulk and maintain around 200 at around the same body fat percent. I hopped on cycle. I'm now in the 7th week of 10 weeks of Trini, 300 milligrams test Cypionate, and 350 milligrams of equipoise. Big gains in weight. I've not really noticed much gain in fat and diet. I'm 215 to 220 now. I'm starting to look kind of blocky, and I'm just getting thick. I don't know if that's really what I want. Is my genetics taking me away from the aesthetic look I'm wanting, or is it my diet and training? Well, I think we all strive for the aesthetic look. I think physique, generally speaking, a coach, what we need to do as coaches is to direct our clients into which is better. If we have a guy with weaker legs, less musculature, who has a nice streamlined physique with broad shoulders and a lean waist, we're going to want to put him in physique, generally speaking. Now, or if they're a good-looking dude, let's be real here, some dudes just look good. Now, if you have someone, let's say Doug Miller, who's a natural bodybuilder, so you can't say, hey, just take less drugs. If you have someone like, let's say, a Doug Miller, you don't put him in physique because he'll look fucking retarded. Okay? That's the thing, is that there's different genetics and different outlays. Now, I used to be a model, and I still do some modeling, and if I pose right, I look decent. I'm still fucking 230-something pounds at fucking 5'6", but at the end of the day, I can actually contort my body and twist and look okay. Would I do well in physique? No, I'd look fucking silly. However, I've gotten bigger throughout the years, and I think what happens is, as physique guys, even though they are growing, they're generally not going to be as big of guys. They're going to be good-looking cover model type. And are those, look at someone like Mike O'Hearn, man. That guy's been on more photo shoots, more covers of magazines. He also competes as a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders, even though we get more shredded, even though not anymore, the physique guys are getting just as shredded, they're just not posing. Even though we get more shredded and are a little bit bigger, we can usually sport it down and look pretty fucking decent, unless you're someone like Ronnie Coleman. That looked really silly of him putting a hands on hip pose. At the end of the day, I prefer bodybuilding for me because I'm a purist. I like bodybuilding. I like bringing hard, nasty muscle. I like bringing graininess. And frankly, I don't think it's a bodybuilding competition that I want to be in when I'm standing there doing quarter turns, not flexing, and putting my hands on my hips and making a slut face. You know this. You bite the lip. Little bite right there. I don't want to go make a slut face. I'd rather go, that's just me. I'm a purist. I fell in love with bodybuilding. I fell in love with bodybuilding when I first saw Dorian Yates on the cover of Flex magazine when I was 14 years old and looking to get into weight training and get bigger for football. I fell in love with his grainy legs. I fell in love with his hamstrings, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted veins, I wanted grains, and I wanted fucking muscle. And that's not what physique is all about. So genetics do play a role. Obviously, someone who's really fucking ugly doesn't want to get on stage and do physique. And I've seen that. They'll have a decent body, but I mean, if you have a fucked up grill, physique's not for you. Physique's a beauty contest. Let's call it what it is, man. I love physique. Physique is the reason bodybuilding is in business right now. If we relied on bodybuilding ticket sales, no one would fucking come to the shows. Fucking 80% of the guys competing are in physique now. Fucking 80% of the girls are in bikini, and figure and fucking bodybuilding are pushed to the side. Women's bodybuilding's fucking dead. Women's physique, I still don't fucking get it, even though I judge it. It's like, fuck, how many fucking divisions do we have? The reason being is that you could be more normal, don't have to get as unhealthy, and can actually enjoy life, look healthy, and be sexy. And honestly, as a spectator who's not an enthusiast of the sport, I can see how it's more gratifying to see a bikini girl bending over, looking over her shoulder, giving you the slut face, or a physique guy giving you the come fuck me look, looking at you if you're a chick or a gay dude, than a fucking bodybuilder getting on stage, stomping his feet, going, ah! I mean, it's like fucking, that's not attractive. When I get into a show like right now, I got ab veins, quad veins, dick veins, ass veins. I'm not attracted to the average female. There's some fucking people who find it attractive. It's not fucking attractive, but when I'm a bit more fat, a bit less in season, you know, I think I'm a bit more attractive to the female population. And I believe that goes for most bodybuilders in general. It's the freak factor. People see us, they're like, wow, that's fucking disgusting. Because it is. You can see every fucking crevice in our body, every vein's poking out. And at the end of the day, it takes a certain special someone to find that attractive. What the fuck was I talking about? So yes, genetics do play a role. How big you go, how hard you train. But as far as training styles, Mike Rashid and I, don't get us wrong, we're after getting as much fucking muscle as possible. And how we do it is essentially the same. We overload the muscle. And physique guys should be doing the same. If they're looking at developing muscle, that's that. Now, if you go to the pro level, you know, versus physique versus bodybuilding, I mean, level of drug use does play a role. Obviously, someone competing in the IFBB at Olympia level is going to be using more drugs than someone competing at in physique at a national level show. It's just, it is what it is. It's what it takes to sustain that kind of muscle mass. Now, for natural bodybuilding, I really don't see much of a difference between bodybuilding and physique. And I have seen more shows allow crossovers between the two. Essentially, one fucking class is a guy standing with his hands on his hip, giving you the come fuck me look. And the other one is a guy fucking hitting him most muscular. And they can do them both. Because at the end of the day, when there aren't drugs involved, it's all genetics. And at the end of the day, natural bodybuilders, unless you're fucking Doug Miller, you know, and natural bodybuilders do not fucking, you know, have much of a difference between them and physique athletes. And that's come from someone who's judged many shows where you've had a crossover physique and bodybuilding. So it is what it is. Is it genetics? Yes. Is it drugs? Yes. At that level. Do physique guys, are they all natural? Probably not. I'm not going to venture to guess. I haven't talked to all of them. However, I do believe that level of drug use does play a role in what kind they use and what they eat and how they bulk, and all that plays a role. So what you need to do is figure out what you want to do if you have the legs it takes to compete in bodybuilding, and if you're like me and you're sexy. I mean, I give my come fuck me look, and I get all fucking ones from the judges. That's it, guys. Really appreciate you watching this. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. For expert tutorials on the slut face or the come fuck me look, please email me at Marc, M-A-R-C, at TigerFitness.com. Again, I am an expert in the slut face and the come fuck me look. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Because having the come fuck me look and actually having someone fuck you, that's not a game.